Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I almost feel sad today because I know that this is my last reaction video for series 9 of The Next Step, and it's been so fun doing these videos and just knowing, like, from when series 9 was announced that I would be doing them and then people getting excited. Yeah, I'm sad that this is going to be the last one, but I am really excited as well. So like I said, today I am watching the final episode of The Next Step Series 9. We're at internationals. This is where I presume the 10-person dance will take place. We haven't also seen the trio. Do you remember it was originally Ariana, Olive and Adele, and then it was changed to Olive, Niall and Izzy by Eldon, but we haven't seen the trio or had it mentioned, so I don't know if that's in this episode as well. But essentially we're just going to be watching today and sharing our thoughts. I'm going to try and make this such an energetic celebration of the series because overall I think I have really enjoyed series 9. There's been a lot of pros to it. There obviously have been some cons that I've picked up along the way, but there always are. And I'm excited to do a ranking episode. As soon as this series is finished, I'm going to conclude my list that I have. It's literally like 5 pages long, ranking every episode of series 9 and putting them in an order that I feel is correct for me. And then I've also got some other videos in the pipeline as well that I'm very excited for. In the final round of internationals, A Troop face off against fearsome competitors, sticking together through their biggest challenge yet. I feel emotional already. Once again, I would like internationals to be capitalised because it isn't. And in the thumbnail, we can see Michelle peeking through here. People were like, oh my god, Michelle is in internationals. That's not a big shock to me because she was in earlier eps and she never said she wasn't going to be at internationals. And she just helped them. So I'm just like, oh, that's nice of her to come back. But Niall is in his uniform, not in costume. So Niall's clearly going to get taken off this dance in favour of Ethan, and I think Ebby will be an alternate for this one as well because in the last episode that's what it was. Nick made Ebby the alternate because of how she sent the rehearsal videos to Team France. Okay, let's do it.
Come on! Hey! It's the night before the finals and my sister has to fly back to LA in the morning. Oh, okay, no.
You definitely aren't allowed to go on the set of internationals because like SNR probably owns those steps, right? And they're just like on the set at nighttime. That's not allowed, but it is cute.
You cheater! But I couldn't let her go before one last dance.
I love this song. And if we get a Presley-Ariana duet, might this be the best duet we've ever seen in our lives? Because they're both incredible. I'm gonna sing, just to warn you.
Grace tried to tear Presley and I apart, but it brought us closer together.
Someday we lose our reason. I believe in something good.
Me and Ariana used to be in it together.
Oh, Grace has just entered. I want an argument between Grace and Presley, because obviously Presley knows that Grace obviously sent the flowers to Ariana to try and sabotage her last minute. If that was my sister, I'd be like absolutely fuming. I'd go off on her. So I'm hoping Presley uses her Presley energy against Grace. This scene is very dark though. Like I've turned my laptop brightness all the way up for Ariana and Presley's dance scenes. I feel like they could have just turned on the normal lights to kind of show it different to internationals. Because I know they're sneaking in there when no one else is. But if they just put on the house lights.
She seems happier now.
Oh, throwback to Piper failing her aerial. Yes, those illusions. Oh.
If I could go back and change things, maybe I would. But I've hurt so many people already. I have to finish the job.
To be fair, I was going to say the same. I was like, Grace, it's way too late to turn back now. So just commit to what you've done. Wait till the end of internationals. If you failed in internationals, like being the ruin of the next step, then just move on. Find a new place and never talk to anyone again. You can't change into a good person now.
Hey, Grace.
Hey. Grace, there you are.
Oh, Maria's got to ruin it. I want a Presley Grace moment. Is it going to happen? Presley just looked like she was going to go fight someone.
Grace, wait.
Yes, go off, Presley. I love Grace's dress.
All this is because you're mad your old friends got cut from A Troop. Well, I'm one of those friends. And I'm telling you it's okay. It all worked out.
Grace, come on. Big day tomorrow.
She seemed emotional, but yeah, I just think it's too late for her to turn good now. I really would have liked, though, if Presley was like, why on earth would you send flowers to Ariana as if it was me? I get that she obviously knows that Grace's reasoning. Ariana's probably told her, but yeah, I want anger. For the last time. Yeah, we're going for the gold. Also, where on earth is the Series 9 Volume 2 soundtrack? We're at the end of the season, and I haven't heard any of the songs.
Because Abby shared videos of our rehearsals with Remy from Team France, Nick made her an alternate. Now, we're waiting to find out who's going to replace her in the 10-person dance.
But surely it would just be the person that's learnt it. Do you remember in Series 3 when didn't Michelle learn the choreo for... Yes, Michelle learnt the choreo when West wasn't feeling very well. And she said that her and Amanda learnt separate routines based on what their skill set was so that they could jump in for anybody. Who's learnt the routine? We saw Kenzie starting to rehearse it in that one episode, but I'm guessing Ethan's probably been there the most to learn it full out. So I'd put Ethan in.
It will be Kenzie in the 10-person dance.
I'm so happy right now.
I like how the reaction for that wasn't too big.
I feel awful for Ethan. I know how much he wanted to get into the pairs program, especially after he's worked so hard for this.
I think I've worked it out. When Niall is in his uniform, Niall's going to give up his spot, which I kind of hate, unless Ethan knows all of Niall's like part of the dance perfectly, because it's just going to throw it off again. And it's kind of just a repeat of the last series where Xander gave up his spot for Jet to dance because Jet really wanted it. Was that right? Or was it Izzy? I don't remember. But it's kind of just like repeating that storyline. I think I would have just preferred it if Ethan doesn't get the chance to dance, but he still gets in because of how good his audition was. Things like that. Oh my God!
Snails? Maria!
I like that.
Hey, Maria!
Remy is the whole reason I was made alternate.
I like that as well, that Ebby's had her, like, that's her revenge. But were they just in the last scene? Yeah, Izzy's in the last scene. Ebby isn't. So I think I would have liked it if just Ebby had done the snails by herself, and then Izzy comes out after Remy screams and is like, what's going on? And then she tells Izzy what's happened. Because how did Izzy just teleport there?
He never liked my pet snails, which is funny for such a slime ball. Beyonce was right about him.
We said it at the same time. I was just about to say Beyonce is winning.
Our plan to ruin the next step is being foiled at every turn.
There were so many steps to the plan, I can't even remember them all.
Wait, is that where Ariana was? That was it, wasn't it? Okay, so Ariana was hiding in the last episode in the corridor behind Studio 1. The corridor that we haven't ever really used and definitely isn't a regular place that people cry in.
You see, you're gonna get that file I sent you into the system. So when A Troop goes to dance, they are going to have the wrong background and the wrong song.
Oh my, I was about to say, if it's literally just the wrong backdrop, okay. But the wrong song, that's a good idea actually. Because, as well, remember in the Dance Captain auditions, Eldon had them all dancing to random music as Internationals always throws in random twists? Well, this would have been a really great opportunity to link back to that episode and have them dance to music that they haven't planned to dance to and have them do a really, really good job, and that also redeems Eldon's character. Like, it would also show that episode had relevance instead of me hating it.
And that song is so full of swear words.
Swear words!
Absolute Dance will have no choice but to ban them for life.
Maria, you're a genius.
And thank you for saying it. Now you go get that file in the system.
Since I'm not dancing, I know I won't be going to Paris.
I love the idea that Ethan's just sat here while Grace and Maria plot to destroy his studio.
I just need a second to say goodbye to my dreams before I go out there and focus on my team.
But how does Ethan know? Because he did an audition video, right? And Guy heard back, but he hadn't, so he just presumed that meant it wasn't good. And he said when he submitted it that he'd be dancing international, so he hoped that they'd be looking out for that. It doesn't mean he's not in. They might not even watch internationals. They might just be basing it off audition videos and just not have got back to him yet.
I want you to dance at my place.
What?
I know you need another chance to dance for this Paris summer program, and I know you're gonna kill it in this dance, Plus, I already talked to Anthony.
There's no way I can take this away from you.
I'll have so many more chances. I'm like so young. I've looked up to you for so long, and without you, I wouldn't be the dancer I am today.
I quite like that. I think it's shown a nice warm moment to Niall where he's not just, you know, being really sassy and funny. It's showing him as a genuinely nice person. And Ethan does deserve this chance, so I like that Niall's doing this for him. I just hope, honestly, that they get to rehearse before they perform because, yeah. Oh, and I hope that Ethan doesn't, like, when they do perform, I hope that there's not, like, an intricate lift section or just something that definitely Niall wouldn't be able to do that Ethan starts doing.
Hello. Hey.
And I like how Michelle didn't have a big entrance then. She's just there to support them. It's like she's just one of their teachers. But I am going to flag Niall's in the background of this scene as well. So it's just like teleportation. And I know obviously time has clearly passed, but I just would have liked it if they leave one scene and walk into the next one. Or if the one scene's happening, they're not in the next one because they're downstairs or wherever Studio 1 is. And another issue I hate, like with a strong H, that some of them have long sleeve white t-shirts and some of them have short sleeve white t-shirts, and that the small group had clearly a bigger costume budget than the large group. Like, we're gonna get Heath these massive wings and then our costumes for the 10-person dance are just waistcoats and white t-shirts that aren't even all the same. I don't get why their families aren't there to watch them and their friends. Like when Rochelle was there, it could have been maybe because Ozzy came to see Izzy, so Rochelle came with him, or who else? Do we know anyone's family? I don't think so. But just, you know, like if Presley can turn up for Ariana and she lives in LA, surely their families can turn up too. I know that's extra people to pay because they've got to be extras, but I just think it would make it so much more realistic.
The first competitors, Team France.
All right.
Oh, sorry, look at Team France's costumes and then ours are just t-shirts. And there's been no rehearsal before Ethan stepped in for Niall. I would have liked it if, instead of Ethan sitting by himself in the room, he could have been sitting at the side while all the other A-troopers are in Studio 1 running the routine. And then Niall could go up to Anthony and we see him talking in the background. And then Anthony says, Ethan, get over here. And Ethan's confused. And then they explain everything. And they say, right, well, we better get to work then. And then they start practicing. And then we could see Team France performing here. Yeah, so they could be performing and then someone goes and gets the next step.
Kip Etoile is taking the stage for their 10-person routine.
Look at these t-shirts. Unless they are standing on specific sides when the dance starts and they've got short t-shirts on this side, long t-shirts on another, and it makes sense, fine. But even the waistcoats are different. Is it gendered maybe? Because Anthony has a collar on his, but Ethan doesn't have a collar on his. This is just a mismatch. I am not a fan. And I don't like either that all their hairs are different. Like Team France, all of their female dancers have a bun. I like it to feel like a competition. Like when Riley had her slick down hair in Series 3 small group and Giselle had that intricate eye makeup on and she had her hair back. Just something that looks different than just their normal look. We look like amateurs, let's be real.
Team France is still unfazed performing at another studio. With no home field advantage, it's a testament to their resilience.
They are so tight, so sharp, so in sync.
So well prepared. There's going to be a big challenge here for the next step to meet this.
Maria is for sure still trying to sabotage us.
I cannot wait for all these swear words. Let's talk about Team France's dance. So initially I didn't think I liked it, but upon watching it again, I really do. I like the formations and how clean it is, like Lester and Kate said, and it feels like a performance piece. I don't think it necessarily feels like the most difficult routine, but it is very together and it feels solid. Also, this virtual audience might be the most pointless thing ever put into the Next Step universe. Like, what are they actually doing? I think if they'd gone with the route that it was in the pandemic or something, so people couldn't watch, that'd be more fitting, but it just seems so random and weirdly placed, and all they do is clap. Like, it doesn't add anything.
96.
I've been so ready for this moment. Maria, move out the way. I can literally see you there.
Is it all ready?
Oh, it's ready, all right. Here we go. I wanted to cause total chaos at the Next Step.
These costumes are vile. I'm sorry. I honestly think these are the worst ones we've ever had.
Team Canada.
Grace, it's time to get serious. Our plan to ruin the Next Step is being foiled at every moment.
Oh! Grace has had a turning point. She recorded it. So now Maria will be like kicked out of internationals. Maybe France will get eliminated for Sabotage and stuff, and then TNS will win by default, maybe? I do kind of wish that their plan had succeeded though, and TNS gets kicked out. It would just be wild.
There were so many steps to the plan, I can't even remember them all.
Well, I'm happy to recap because...
Who was that?
That's the French studio head.
Has Elton met Maria before? Has Michelle met Maria?
Très bien, camera work. Merci.
And I kind of like that as well, because Camille did kind of say she didn't fully want to go along with the plan, and Kenzie was saying how she missed Camille. So now Camille and Kenzie can be friends, hopefully.
Grace did a lot of bad things.
I did some bad things. This is kind of just a recycle to me of Series 3. Daniel filmed Lucien telling him, Tess, and himself the plan to take down the next step, and then showed it at internationals, which then got him disqualified. I don't know how I feel about that.
Kenzie, I'm so sorry. What my team did was wrong. It was Maria's plan.
Has Kenzie got foundation on her sleeve? Guys, what are these costumes, please? Like, have we even cleaned them?
Hey. For a while, I didn't think Camille and I could ever be friends again.
Unless they keep filming this scene and Camille's foundation got on Kenzie's sleeve and then they had to film it again, maybe? But like, come on.
Okay, so what? We wait around and see what the judicial committee says, and they get disqualified and we win by default?
Yeah, that's basically it, yeah.
Or we dance right now.
Maybe we should just take the win, because if these costumes are anything like the dance, I don't know. I get it though. You know, you can't win by default. It's boring.
We're about to face the biggest challenge we've ever had, and the odds are against us.
Here we go. We're gonna have a deep pep talk now, and I'll probs cry. But I don't know if I will, because I'm not feeling emotional at the moment. Izzy, also, can you tuck your shirt in? What the heck is this?
So I think there's no better opportunity than to hear from the person who's been with the next step through regionals to nationals and now internationals. Kenzie, will you say a few words to your team?
Oh my god, that's so true. Kenzie's been to all of them. Is Olive back in leggings again?
Thank you for making me not only a better person, a better dance captain, a better friend, we're family. I love you all so much. Hands up.
Jet's always so good at being emotional in scenes.
1, 2, 3.
But I have to say, I'm a bit sad that my poor man Heath is shoved at the back there, and he didn't have any kind of... And I know he didn't go to regionals, but did he go to nationals? What was nationals? You asked me to remember these competitions, I cannot. Nationals was last season, right? Yes, that's when Ebby was the soloist. Okay, gotcha. Did they lose regionals? Why did we go to Dance Mania? Don't tell me in the comments either, because I will remember once I review the sitch, but yeah.
TNS, it's go time, you're up.
Why is Winnie just like actually a working person? The way she just said TNS, you're up. It'd be cute if she said team, you're up. Maybe Heath gives her a look and says something. Have they forgotten who Winnie is? Like, has she forgotten who she is? Have the writers forgot who Winnie is? Oh, that's cute. I like how they're hiding under there. I didn't expect that. I'm gonna go back. I feel like Olive needed to hit that high moment at the same point as the music, because she was already up there waiting. So she should have been running on explosions hit the, and then sky. Also, is Olive wearing ankle socks? The gal's got an ankle sock on. Can we do either Turner's or barefoot? And maybe she thought no one would see her feet, but I can see your feet, gal. And so far, I don't understand what the relevance of the dress is. Like, you know how in Series 6 regionals with piano dance, Noah was red, everyone else was in black, and then they slowly changed to show like that he was the odd one out, but then no one was the odd one out. Olive's just running around in this dress. It's giving me Dance Mania audition vibes also, which isn't bad, but for a 10-person routine, usually we show off everybody's talents and best things. I feel like no one's done anything impressive. Oh, and I just remembered as well, what happened to that trio that we were meant to do? If it was something like if they lost a round, they had to do the trio, that would make sense, but no one even mentioned it. Or did they make the trio in case they needed it? In which case, no one ever said what dances they need. I like the dressography. Like, it looks cute, but I just don't get what the plot is. I know they said about lifting each other up, but I almost feel like they should have just been... I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not even thinking about Paris right now.
I don't know if it's the camera work as well, because like Ariana ran then to do the same choreo, I presume, as Ethan, but I could only see Ethan because Ariana ran out of shot. I feel like it should have been on the other side so that you could have saw both of them and Olive at the same time.
We've all dealt with a lot of doubts on the road to internationals. I doubted my relationship with Pete, and then...
And we're just doing some contemporary kind of movement at the back there, which I like because I don't like it when they just stand and there's just solo bits and duet bits happening. But the amount of talent you've got within this group, things can be happening instead of them just being like, okay, now improv for 20 counts and then join back in.
But I had to let these doubts go. I even let my anger towards Maria go because we don't need to be weighed down by it anymore.
And I would also like Olive to say, like, obviously because she had the soloist taken off her, she's basically the soloist now in this dance. I'd like her to say it's okay that I had the solo taken off me because I've got such a big solo moment now and I get to dance with my friends. Yeah, something like that. Like explosions in the sky. I liked Heath's facials then, that was cute. What a cute little balloon. But I don't get it. That could just be me being ignorant. But honestly, like, I prefer Dance Mania over internationals at this point. And I wasn't that big of a fan of Dance Mania, but like the costumes were on such a better level than, what was it, regionals and stuff. And I know it's budget, but if like France have got those amazing costumes, why not give France these costumes and we have the really cool ones? Or just like, I don't know if the money's been best placed. And I don't think the dress was that great of an idea. It looked cool in the trailer, but it just kind of, I don't know. I hate being negative as well because obviously all I want to do is rant and rave about TNS. Usually I cry in the last few eps. I don't think I'm going to cry. And I think that's also making me upset. There's 5 minutes left of the next step. If we don't get a Series 10, hashtag TNS 10 when, this isn't how I want it to end. But there were positives about the dance. At first watch it didn't really wow me, but looking back it is nice to see that they all worked together and people who haven't really interacted were doing lifts with each other, but I just don't think a contemporary dance particularly favoured anybody. An acro hip-hop routine would have been so good with this group, and if it had just like contemporary transition moments. I just think everyone got lost in the dance other than Olive. And I do want to say, though, that Heath's lifts, I think, were the best. They seemed all under control. He seemed so confident as well with the choreography that he positively stood out. But I just don't think it was the right choice. This would be a semi-finals routine for me, not the final 10-person group.
This is the moment we all fought for. We worked so hard for this.
The winner of Absolute Dance Internationals.
No matter what happens,
Who's this person? Where have they been the whole time? It would be nice if maybe they were on the panel with Kate and Lester. Maybe being like, there's one internationals representative at each studio. Where have they come from?
Team Canada, the next step.
I like how excited Kate was for TNS there. And Michelle and Eldon. Throwback.
I'm so happy I got to share this moment with my team, with Pascal.
Cute. I was about to say, I want Pascal and Heath to have a moment.
I got in. I got in! So I'll see you in Paris? Yeah.
Cute, little flirty handhold. But that does mean Ethan doesn't have to leave if there is a Series 10, because he's going in the summer. So he can just come back to TNS, right?
Yes!
Look at Nick being happy. Nick, you did next to nothing to contribute to this win.
Yes!
We're lingering a bit here. Why are we lingering? Yep, okay, that's enough lingering. Oh, dear me. The fans only just broke up with Talia, and Michelle, you are a single independent woman. Let's not go there, okay? We're just friends.
Just becoming dance captain was amazing. Winning internationals as dance captain.
Also, do you know what? There's been no scene between Anthony and Adele being like, oh, so what was that when they kissed? And then the team kind of discussing it. I think there are way too many plots going on for these last 3 episodes. Like, there's no time. So I literally would have, like, had less studio episodes. We should have had 5 internationals episodes. And I guarantee I could probably work out which ones to cut. They'd just be my worst, least favourites, to be honest. I feel a rewriting video coming on. Why is Pascal celebrating? I get, like, you're happy for Heath and everybody and you were part of the team, but, like, scurry over there. Are we time jumping? How much far forward are we going? It's still nighttime though.
Freya offered me a spot on her tour.
She did? Wait, this is exactly what you wanted.
I don't know if I'm ready to be done competing yet.
Well, no matter what it is that you pick, just know I'll be there to support you.
Do it, Kenzie. We all know Kenzie's going. It makes me so upset, but it also makes me so proud because, like, Series 6 Kenzie had next to nothing, which is fine because she was still new. But then Series 7 Kenzie had next to nothing still, and we were left off things like games, calendars. Series 8 Kenzie came into her own a bit more. Series 9 Kenzie, boss. And I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of that for Emily, not just Kenzie.
Sorry, not interrupting, am I?
No.
Nah.
Just had to...
Pete's funny.
Headed home to sleep for a week because I am knackered.
Oh my god, you can't say knackered, Nick. Knackered is like a swear word in my house. I was never allowed to say that on CBBC when I was presenting. I'm surprised they let that slide.
I sold my half of Acro Nation back to Talia.
And I've saved all my money from touring.
So, with Emily's blessing, we want to buy the next step.
Why with Emily's blessing? Does Emily still own it? I thought Nick owns it all. Or do they just know that Emily would kick off if Michelle and Eldon were... Yeah, it's odd. They want to buy the next step. I don't hate that. Because I think they'd actually probably teach them some dances, which would be so nice. And I could actually see them want to be involved. Wait, no, I've just remembered everything Eldon's done this series. Michelle, you can buy the studio. I don't want Eldon anywhere near the next step. Like, even after the man redeemed himself, he then hired Grace to be his internationals consultant and never acknowledged that fact when it was, you know, it came to light that she was still evil. Then, he was in charge of, like, Anthony and Adele's duet, and all he did to support them was say, are you guys good? Yeah, we think so. Okay, cool. And then walked off. Like, Michelle, you need to be the leader. But are we getting rid of Nick? Or is Nick just going to be like admin? Which would be fine. I'd agree with that. That is what he should be. You know, when it was Nick and Emily, like Emily dealt with the dancers, Nick dealt with the money.
Together.
I hope we're only holding hands as friends there.
So, name your price.
Are you getting rid of Nick? Like if someone just came to me and said, name your price for your job. I've got rent to pay, so nothing. Well, £1 million and then I'll be happy, but... Nick's looking at it like he's leaving. Miles, are you leaving? That's the end. Well, I didn't cry. So that's good, maybe. I kind of would love a Michelle and Eldon headed season where they do all the choreography, they sort all of the competition stuff. I think they'd run it so well. I don't want to get rid of Nick though, because I feel like he's had a horrible season. It seems like, well, there's nothing actually still there for him, so why not leave? But also, Miles is my friend, so I don't want him to go. You know, it seems organic for like Kenzie to leave. She's had 4 seasons and she's had an offer, sure thing. But Nick still hasn't had his moment, in my opinion. He was great in Series 8, I think. But Series 9, he could have done so much more. I don't know how to feel about that ending. So, Presley and Ariana at the start, I would have liked a more set duet where I can see Presley and Ariana's ability together. Even if Ariana said, oh my god, do you remember that duet we did when we were small? Just a full out duet. Grace still didn't get any kind of, you know, argument, realization scene. No confrontation for her. I do like the twist in that Maria told Grace to set up the, you know, whole video thing as she turned out to be secretly filming her. But I do also kind of wish I'd seen the outcome where this horrible song comes on with a horrid backdrop and TNS then, like, they have to stop everything. They have a big confrontation. Maria obviously denies everything, but they have to prove it somehow. And Nick then works out that they've got security cameras with it on. Something like that. So it is a bit more like, oh my god, this has never happened before. Because someone secretly filming and outing the studio head has happened. It literally happened in Series 3 Internationals. I hate TNS's costumes for the 10-person dance. Winnie was just like overlooked again, and everyone seems to have forgotten who Winnie is. And then Michelle and Eldon. I don't know if we're just friends or not, because would I hold hands with my friend? Not really. But I feel like they kind of would, because they're kind of that kind of friend. They have that kind of friendship. I do like Michelle and Eldon together. I was more of a Michelleton than a M. Meldon. Eldony? What's their ship name? But I like Michelle and Eldon together. I just don't know if it's a bit soon after Talia. It seems a bit like, oh, I've got rid of Talia, I'm back with Michelle now. Maybe if they broke up last series and then they were together now, that'd be more like, oh my god, that's so cute. Just because of how upset Eldon clearly was and how lost he was. But at the same time, if Michelle really is that close to him and it's like his best friend, they're close and she supported him. He reached out to her. So it would be quite normal and natural, I guess, for them to gravitate towards each other, which is why I'm not against it. I'm not against them buying the studio. I just don't want them to get rid of Nick. I'd like Nick to go back to how he was before being the studio owner. You know, he's got the money, he handles the admin. Emily sorted all the dancers, so Michelle and Eldon can sort all the dancers. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I think I just feel very underwhelmed. And that's not the ending I would have liked for the season. I want it to be a lot bigger. So I definitely am going to rewrite the series. If you'd like to see that video, subscribe and like this video and comment that you want to see it. But like, I enjoyed the first half so much, and there were some episodes in the second half that I really enjoyed as well. So I'd like to take all the best bits, and out of the bits that I take out, work out how many minutes that would be and maybe add another episode or remove one from the earlier half of the series and add an extra internationals ep. That's the kind of thing I'd like to do. Oh, I feel like I'm saying goodbye because we've done this whole series of reacting to 22 episodes in the next step. I love it. It's my favourite thing to do. Yeah, just thank you for your support through this whole series. My most enjoyable thing has been the live chat, like when the video premieres. I love seeing in real time you guys sharing your thoughts on the episodes and whether you disagree or whether you agree with me, us having little inside jokes and little hashtags and people saying one-liners that I find really funny. I love it. I love our little community. I really do. Yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you. But I hope you have a really enjoyable rest of your day or evening or whatever you are doing. Also, let's be kind to the next step because obviously there were budget restrictions. I totally get that. That's why none of my complaints have really been about it being in the studio. It's just how the studio has been utilised and trying to offer suggestions that would have still been within budget in my mind. But I haven't decided this idea about budgets, so it's probably not. But even things like the costumes, like when you compare France and Canada's costumes, they're not even on the same level. I need to end the video. I could go on for hours, I think, but also I'm not going to say anything worth saying. So yeah, goodbye everybody. Thank you for watching. I've been Alicia. I'll see you all later. Bye.